So, a lot of people get confused when they look up naltrexone and the fact that some articles or resources will say it blocks the buzz from drinking. And the confusion lies around what people understand the buzz to mean. So, let me explain this based on my personal experience using this medication for a year. So, I never really like it when it says that naltrexone blocks the buzz from drinking because it's not really accurate in how I understand what a buzz is. Naltrexone does not block the intoxicating effects from alcohol. In fact, I could still get buzzed, I could still get drunk, I could still drink too much on the medication. More accurately, what I would describe that naltrexone does is it's blocking or blunting some of the euphoria associated with drinking. And so, what happened for me, for example, is that drinking just became a little bit less rewarding. I could still get buzzed, I could still enjoy drinking. In fact, I enjoyed drinking more on naltrexone because over time it actually gave me my control back over alcohol. I could trust myself again. I was no longer a binge drinker or a blackout drinker. I was a truly normal, moderate drinker. Though the drinking experience was not as pleasurable. And what I mean by that, before naltrexone, I would basically have my first drink and I'd be chasing that buzz all night long. I'd be thinking about the second drink, the third drink, and I would just keep drinking until I passed out, essentially. But with naltrexone, it reduce the euphoria or reduce the pleasure of the drinking just a little bit to where it wasn't as appealing anymore. And so I would have, and again, this is a long-term treatment. It wasn't like day one I took naltrexone, everything changed. It was a progression over months and months. But it made alcohol just a little bit less interesting to where I'd have a drink, I might have two, but the thought of having another one was kind of gross. After two drinks, I could have a little bit of a buzz, but I wouldn't want to keep drinking anymore. I felt satisfied. And one way I like to describe it is if, say you're going to go out for ice cream. Maybe you'll get a single scoop, maybe you'll get a double scoop, but once you finish it, the thought of getting like another double scoop sounds a little bit gross. You're like satisfied. And so that's what naltrexone did for me with alcohol. It started to give me this off switch to where I would be satisfied as a moderate drinker and I didn't have this need to keep chasing that endless buzz all night long. So again, I don't think it's the most accurate way to describe what this medication is doing, that it's blocking the buzz, because you can definitely still get buzzed, you can definitely still get drunk, but it just makes it a little bit less rewarding. And for those of us who have struggled with alcohol, and we can't control our drinking, we can't stop once we start. When alcohol is a little bit less rewarding for our brain, that's what starts to give us our control back, because we're not flooding our brain with all of this pleasure and feel-good hormones from the alcohol anymore. Naltrexone is kind of blunting it or muting it or dampening the reward a bit. Now, some people want to know, well, what's the point of drinking if you're not getting any reward anymore? And just to clarify, there is still reward that the brain experiences. Like I said, I enjoyed drinking more on the medication. It's just I didn't want to drink as much. So it's not that you're getting absolutely no reward, it's just muting it a little bit. So I hope that clarifies it. This is a lot of confusion out there. Even when I first went on it, I was like, naltrexone doesn't block the buzz. Like, what do you mean? Because I could still get buzzed, I could still get drunk, but I guess it depends on how people are defining buzz, because it does quiet the euphoria a bit. So if that's what people mean by buzz, hope that explains it. As always, you can learn more about this treatment. All my videos are about it. I've also got some free resources linked in my profile, or please reach out if you have questions. Bye for now.